Okay, today I just wanted to take a look at Bayonetta 2 on the Nintendo Switch and kind of take a little look at Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U and kind of compare the two. I've started playing Bayonetta 2 on the Switch and it looks incredible. I've only played it in handheld mode, so that's been happening a lot lately with Switch games for me. I'll get them and I'll play them for like a week or so on the handheld mode and like barely put it on the TV, but it's so great to put them on the TV too, to play them like that. But the handheld mode of it looks great so far. Like, I don't notice any difference, but I would like to kind of just look at the handheld mode of it on the Wii U and just kind of like take a kind of compare them, not get all Digital Foundry on it, but kind of take like a quick look at it and just kind of see if there's any difference that I noticed. First, let's look at the Wii U version. We can compare the two boxes because really it's the same thing, just one's way bigger than the other. The only difference that I'm noticing so far is that there's more clouds in the Switch version, which is kind of weird. Big giant moon, like the moon's there, everything's like the same except that there's just more clouds. I don't know, maybe it's because, I don't know, so far I've been playing this one, it looks like Fox from Star Fox. Isn't it like Fox McCloud or something? Maybe that's why the clouds are there, because he's in the game. You can play as Fox McCloud. I don't know, maybe that's why, who knows. That was dumb. But the Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U came with Bayonetta 1 game included. That's something that's happening right now for the Nintendo Switch, is that they can't include the full games. You'll have to download parts of them, and in this case, I guess Bayonetta 2 is on the card, but Bayonetta 1, you have to download it, so that's unfortunate, and people are having problems. We're having problems. I haven't tried to use my code yet, but people were having problems trying to get the download of it, so people who wanted to play the first one, and it might be people's first time, so that kind of sucks that they had to probably just kind of skip the first one and just start playing 2 because they couldn't get the download. Because the first time I got this on the Wii U, I had only played a demo of Bayonetta 1 on the PlayStation 3, and so this was my first time to complete Bayonetta, and in fact I have to admit that I did not finish Bayonetta 2, and I think it was because I completely played through Bayonetta 1 and then immediately went into Bayonetta 2, and then I fell off at some point. Like, whenever we take a look at it, the save will be from the very last time that I played it, so we'll see how far I got. But like I said, the game is included in this package. There's Bayonetta 1 on a disc, on its own nice Wii U disc with the nice smooth edges. And then that's where Bayonetta 2 would go, but right now it's in the console. So that is really cool that it actually came with it, and that was my first time to play it. And I guess I got some extras added onto it, because in this one right here, you can play with these costumes from Metroid, and then you can play as Peach, you can play Samus's costume, and you can have Link's costume. And so far in Bayonetta 2, you can use amiibos, and I put my amiibo on the thing, and it looked like it unlocked a costume for Link, and Fox from Star Fox looked like he had a costume, but everything else was locked. So maybe you have to unlock everything with the amiibo. I'm pretty sure in Bayonetta 1 right here, all of these were unlocked from the get-go. I think they were just like, we'll unlock everything because everybody's played it already, but it was my first time, so yeah. So the back, angels and demons stand in her way. I think the back on this one right here is the same, except that there's less gameplay stuff. Yeah, angels and demons stand in her way. So all that's pretty much the same. So, and on the inside of this one, of course, it's only got the full game download. So with Bayonetta 1, so you gotta go and download it. It's got a cool little insert. Gotta cover my code just in case I forget to use it. It's got the little cover so you can turn it around if you just want this to be your Bayonetta case or something like that. And then they also made like a special cover art, or artwork for the back. Except that I guess it'll have the code on it whenever you put it on there. I don't know, that's weird, but it's still cool. Like on the back it'll have the code and everything. But instead of the disc, you just have the Bayonetta 2. card. These cards are okay. They're, I don't know, something about the, I've been messing around with Game Boy Advance games and 3DS games, and I don't know, these are like the least, these all, you know, I guess it's just because they feel like SD cards now. They just kind of feel like, yeah, it's whatever. It is still nice to have the box and then them come with on the card, but when the full like package isn't on the card, it kind of makes it a little less, I don't know. It just kind of makes it a little disappointing when you get it, especially when I think I heard that in Japan you can actually get it, the full thing. Like I think it maybe comes with 2 cards or something like that. I know there's like bigger cards that they can fit more onto. And I wanted to get LA Noire on the Switch, but I know like half the game wasn't there, so I haven't gotten it yet. And I don't think they're probably not going to put it out on like the full thing on the card. That wouldn't make any sense. But that, I don't know if there's any place where I can get that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and take the Wii U and then check out what it looks like and just kind of compare the look between the two. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to turn on the Wii U. Can kind of compare the old school style to the new. I think I got to start the whole Wii U menu, I guess. Yeah, the Wii U is a really, really cool console, and then you can kind of just see what they were going for. You can see what they were going for, like what the Switch was, how like they were really close, you know, except that you had to, like you couldn't take this with you, you know, that's the only thing about it. Like I really like this controller. I really like how it feels. The screen isn't as good as the Switch, of course, but it's still really cool. Really cool system. It's too bad that it, you know, didn't do too good. Anyway, let's look at how it looks. Take a look at how it looks on the Wii U. Let's see where I was the last time I played it. Who knows? Chapter 5, 6, 7, 8. Chapter 8? Let's see, I've been playing for 4 hours. Like, I'm assuming that I just kind of got burned out a little bit from playing a lot of Bayonetta 1. Like, I loved that game. That was so awesome. And I think, you know, going straight into Bayonetta 2, at some point, I just like, okay, and I bet you something came out. Who knows? I'd have to look at what came out at that time. And then to kind of just see what the reasoning was for me stopping, because it was really fun. And then when they announced this, it's kind of one of those things where I was like, okay, you know, this will be my reason to play it. And I've been playing it, and it's so much fun. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I have no idea why I so cool. So freaking cool. Yeah, so let's see, what the heck went on? Ruins? I don't know what the heck I was doing. Oh, this guy. Oh yeah, definitely hard to. Play through the camera like that. Can't even hit which time? This game is so much fun. Like, I've been playing, like, I think I played, like, Vanquish from Platinum Games, and recently started playing Nier Automata. And, like, it's all, like, that same, like, real quick kind of combat, and it's just really fun, you know? I can see how I get tired, like, kind of get bored of the combat at times if I, you know, like, sometimes I'll tend to just kind of, like, hit the buttons and it'll get your job done, you know, even though you can do all these really cool combos and stuff like that. A lot of the times I won't even do them, and I think that's why I'll get kind of like worn out on it. I mean, it looks really good to me, you know. It's hard to tell on the camera, but it does look good. The you know, it's the controller here isn't really, it's just streaming the video from the console over there, but it's, you know, it's still cool if you're kind of a person who just wants to sit on the couch and play games like that. That's what that's like what the Switch is now. It's like you can just pick the Switch up and take it with you and go anywhere and just have your game going, and that's really cool. And if you have like multiple docks, then you could put them on different TVs and then just put it on different, you know, switch between different TVs, and you know, just have, you know, play anywhere pretty much. And I think that's a really cool. It was a really cool idea. This was a cool idea and a real cool beginning, and I'm glad that they actually made it happen for the next console. But yeah, let me just go ahead and get the Switch version and then just check that one out. So this is the Nintendo Switch version with the cool, like they took the Nintendo Wii U, they basically did it again, made it better, made it so you can pull the controllers off and have a screen there, made the screen better, put the Wii U box that's over there connected to the TV, just threw it inside of this one little tablet, and then it somehow, yeah, and it runs Bayonetta 2, and it looks better than it does on the Wii U. So, you know, that's crazy to me that they can just do that. And I'm really early on here, but it's looked incredible so far, and it sounds, everything is just so good. I'm like, it gives me a lot of hope for other ports that they're bringing, especially Dark Souls. Like, that's one that everybody's kind of worrying about, hoping that they get right. Like, playing Rocket League on there runs great, but they had to do a lot to get it to run on there. But this thing right here is running so well. I mean, it looks like it's running at 60 frames a second, it looks like, and it just looks incredible to me. And it doesn't look like they did anything. It looks like they made it look better to me. You know, gotta go to Digital Foundry for those, get those questions answered. What did they take away from it that we haven't noticed? Because a lot of stuff that they point out, I probably would never notice if they didn't point out. Let me see if I can fight through the camera. No. That's not the camera's fault. I'm just being a dumbass. It's so much fun. Like, I can see, that's what I was saying, I can see why I might have fallen off of it after playing Bayonetta 1. It's basically the same exact game, so if you play them back to back, it's almost like it's just one long game. But something else must have come out and taken my attention. You know, who knows what it was. Oh, I effing died. But the game looks incredible. Like, the Switch is continuing, like, it just keeps impressing me. Like, as soon as, when I got Skyrim, like, especially when you get games that were running on last gen and they were just ports, I don't know, they're just really, it's just really cool to see them, and they look real good on this system. So hopefully Dark Souls comes out and looks really good, and whatever else they think about bringing out over here. I don't know, it just looks a lot more, it looks a lot colorful, a lot more vibrant or whatever. All the colors pop a lot more on this screen. This is a really, I really love the screen on the Switch. Like, it looks really good. Like, when you go from playing other things, like even like on the Vita and stuff like that, and you go look at the Switch is so bright and it looks so good. It's like really comfortable to play on the Switch. So playing a game like this that's really long and just feels good, and you're never gonna be comfortable playing it like this. It's I don't know, everything just feels, I don't know, everything's just so perfect with the Switch. It just needs more games, and luckily they're selling good, so more games like this can come out. But I think this coming out, like, it's just like making like the Switch even better. All the stuff that came out on the Wii U that most of us didn't play, even me who bought it, and I didn't even finish this. You know, I always felt bad about that, but hey, here's my chance to finally get around to finishing it. Alright, so anyway, that's Bayonetta 2 on the Nintendo Switch, and if you were wondering if that game holds up on the Switch, like, I don't know, there you are, like, it holds up, like, perfectly. I'm pretty sure it didn't do anything but get better by going to the Switch. That's like, I don't know, it shows the power of the Switch in, like, the right hands. As long as it's handled correctly, it can, like, things can happen on the Switch, you know, like playing Rocket League on there. At first, you know, it's just really blurry at times when you're playing it on the Switch, but luckily the gameplay just holds up. But I don't notice anything, like, between, like, Mario Kart and, like, even when I'm playing, like, Zelda and stuff like that, and playing this right here and playing Skyrim, when it's handled correctly and you play it in handheld mode, you don't notice any difference between, like, I don't notice anything. Like, it just looks as good to me. And, you know, so hopefully everybody who brings their games and ports them over to the Switch, they just find a way to get it on there without you even noticing. And they really did it with this one right here. So if you had any doubts about Bayonetta 2 on the Switch, don't worry about it. You don't have anything to worry about. Just go get it and get your download of Bayonetta 1 for free. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a casual day and keep it cool and play games. Okay, bye.